beautiful love. Sophie was a young woman living in a small town called Greenfield. She was 25 years old and worked as a nurse in the local hospital. Sophie loved her job and helping people. She had many friends and a loving family, but she felt something was missing in her life. One sunny afternoon, Sophie decided to visit the new coffee shop in town. It was a charming little place with colorful flowers outside and a cozy atmosphere inside. Sophie ordered a cup of tea and sat by the window, watching people walk by. She loved to see the everyday life of her small town. As she sipped her tea, a young man entered the coffee shop. He was tall and handsome, with dark hair and kind eyes. His name was Jack, and he was 25 years old too. Jack was from a big city and worked as a successful businessman. He was in town for a business meeting and decided to take a break at the coffee shop. Jack saw Sophie sitting by the window and felt a strong attraction to her. He ordered a coffee and walked over to her table. "Hi, is this seat taken?" Jack asked with a friendly smile. Sophie looked up and smiled back. "No, please sit down." They started talking, and soon they were laughing and sharing stories about their lives. Jack told Sophie about his work in the city, and Sophie told Jack about her job at the hospital. They discovered they had many things in common, and the conversation flowed easily. Over the next few days, Jack couldn't stop thinking about Sophie. He was drawn to her kindness and the warmth of her smile. He decided to ask her out on a date. One evening, Jack called Sophie. "Hi, Sophie, it's Jack. I was wondering if you would like to have dinner with me tomorrow." Sophie felt a flutter of excitement. "I would love to, Jack." The next evening, Jack picked Sophie up, and they went to a lovely Italian restaurant in town. The atmosphere was cozy, with soft music playing in the background and candles flickering on the tables. They enjoyed a delicious meal and talked about their hopes and dreams. Sophie shared her passion for helping people and her dream of starting a community health program. Jack talked about his ambition to start his own business and make a difference in the world. After dinner, they took a walk along the river. The moonlight reflected off the water, creating a magical scene. Jack held Sophie's hand, and they walked in comfortable silence, enjoying each other's company. "Tonight was wonderful," Sophie said softly. "It really was," Jack agreed. "I feel like I've known you forever." A few months passed, and Jack and Sophie grew closer. They spent weekends exploring new places together. One day, Jack surprised Sophie with a trip to the countryside. He rented a charming cottage, and they planned to spend the weekend hiking, relaxing, and enjoying nature. The cottage was nestled in a beautiful valley, surrounded by rolling hills and wildflowers. Sophie was delighted. "This place is amazing, Jack. Thank you for bringing me here." They spent their days hiking through the hills, discovering hidden waterfalls and picnicking in the meadows. In the evenings, they sat by the fireplace, talking about their future and their dreams. Jack shared his vision of starting his own company, and Sophie talked about her ideas for improving healthcare in rural areas. One night, as they sat under the stars, Jack took Sophie's hand. "Sophie, being with you has made me realize what's truly important in life. I want to build a future with you." Sophie looked into his eyes, feeling a rush of emotions. "I feel the same way, Jack. I'm so happy we found each other." After their beautiful trip, Sophie and Jack decided to take a big step together. They combined their talents to start a community health program. Sophie's medical knowledge and Jack's business skills made a perfect team. They held meetings with local leaders and health professionals. Sophie and Jack worked late into the nights, planning and organizing. They wanted to provide free medical checkups and health education to people in need. One Saturday morning, they held their first health fair. The town square was filled with people eager to learn and get help. Sophie checked blood pressure and gave advice on healthy living, while Jack managed the logistics and made sure everything ran smoothly. "This is just the beginning," Jack said, looking around with pride. "Yes," Sophie agreed. "Together we can do so much." The success of their health fair inspired them to continue. They applied for grants and received funding to expand their program. They hired more staff and volunteers, and soon their small initiative grew into a well-respected community service. Sophie and Jack found fulfillment, not only in their work but also in each other. Their partnership strengthened their bond, and they learned to rely on each other even more. One evening, after a long day of work, Jack looked at Sophie with admiration. "You are incredible, Sophie. The way you care for people, your dedication. I am so proud to be by your side." Sophie smiled, feeling the warmth of his words. "I couldn't do it without you, Jack. You make everything possible." Their hard work brought them even closer. One evening, Jack took Sophie to their favorite spot by the river. The moonlight danced on the water, creating a romantic atmosphere. Jack got down on one knee and held out a ring. "Sophie, will you marry me?" he asked, his voice filled with emotion. Tears of joy filled Sophie's eyes. "Yes, Jack, I will." Their wedding was a beautiful celebration of love. It was held in the town's botanical garden, decorated with flowers and lights. Friends and family gathered to witness their union. Sophie wore a simple, elegant dress, and Jack looked handsome in his suit. "I promise to love you forever," Jack said, as he placed the ring on Sophie's finger. "And I promise to stand by you always," Sophie replied, her voice full of emotion. The ceremony was filled with heartfelt vows, music, and laughter. As they danced under the stars, surrounded by the people they loved, Sophie and Jack knew they were starting a new and exciting chapter of their lives together. The reception was lively, with everyone celebrating the couple's happiness. Friends and family shared stories, toasted to their future, and danced late into the night. Sophie and Jack felt truly blessed to have such wonderful support. With their new life together, Sophie and Jack decided to buy a home. They found a lovely house on the outskirts of town, with a big garden and plenty of space. It was perfect for their future plans. They spent weekends painting walls, planting flowers, and making the house their own. Sophie loved the cozy kitchen, where she imagined cooking meals together. Jack enjoyed the spacious living room, envisioning cozy nights by the fireplace. "This is our home," Sophie said, looking around with satisfaction. "Yes, and it's filled with love," Jack agreed, hugging her tightly. They continued their work with the community, balancing their professional and personal lives with grace. Their love grew stronger with each passing day, proving that together they could overcome any challenge and build a beautiful future. Sophie and Jack also made time for themselves, going on weekend getaways and enjoying quiet evenings at home. They hosted dinner parties for friends and family, filling their home with laughter and joy. One sunny afternoon, as they were gardening, Sophie looked at Jack and smiled. "I love our life together, Jack. It's everything I ever dreamed of." Jack took her hand and kissed it gently. "Me too, Sophie, and this is just the beginning." Despite their happiness, Sophie and Jack faced challenges like any other family. Balancing their careers, parenting, and personal lives required effort and dedication. One day, Sophie received troubling news from the hospital. Funding for their community health program was being cut, and they faced the possibility of shutting down some services. Sophie was devastated, knowing how many people relied on their support. She and Jack spent countless hours brainstorming solutions and reaching out to potential donors. They organized fundraisers, applied for grants, and mobilized the community to advocate for their program. Their hard work paid off. They secured enough funding to keep their services running and even expand them further. Sophie and Jack were relieved and grateful for the support they received. "This just shows how strong we are together," Sophie said, hugging Jack. "We can face anything as long as we're a team." "Yes, and our community is behind us," Jack agreed. "We're making a difference, and that's what matters." A year after they settled into their new home, Sophie and Jack decided it was time to expand their family. They were excited and nervous about the prospect of becoming parents, but they knew they were ready for this next step. Sophie soon became pregnant, and the couple was overjoyed. They spent months preparing for the arrival of their baby, turning a spare bedroom into a cozy nursery. They painted the walls a soft yellow and decorated with whimsical animal prints. They bought a crib, a changing table, and all the essentials a newborn would need. One beautiful spring morning, their baby girl, Lily, was born. Sophie and Jack were overwhelmed with joy and love as they held their newborn daughter for the first time. "She's perfect," Jack whispered, tears in his eyes. "Yes, she is," Sophie replied, her heart full. Lily brought even more happiness into their lives. Sophie and Jack embraced their roles as parents, finding joy in every milestone and challenge. They continued to balance their careers and family life, always supporting each other. Their home was filled with laughter, love, and the pitter-patter of little feet. Sophie and Jack cherished every moment with Lily, knowing that their love had created a beautiful family. As Lily grew, Sophie and Jack faced the typical challenges of parenthood. Balancing their demanding careers with the needs of a young child required careful planning and a lot of teamwork. One evening, after a particularly exhausting day, Sophie and Jack sat down together. "We need to find a better way to manage everything," Sophie said, looking tired but determined. Jack nodded in agreement. "Let's make a schedule. We can split the responsibilities more evenly and ensure we both get time to rest." They created a detailed plan, assigning tasks and setting aside specific times for work, family, and personal relaxation. It wasn't easy, but their love and commitment to each other helped them navigate this busy period of their lives. Despite the challenges, they always made time for Lily. They took her to the park, read bedtime stories, and celebrated every little achievement. Their bond grew stronger with each passing day. One day, Jack received a call from a prestigious consulting firm in New York. They offered him a senior position, which was a fantastic opportunity but also meant relocating to a new city. Jack was excited but also worried about how this change would affect his family. He discussed the offer with Sophie. "This is a big opportunity, Sophie, but I don't want to disrupt our life here if it's too much." Sophie thought for a moment. "It's a great opportunity, Jack. We've always talked about exploring new places. Maybe this is the right time for a new adventure." They decided to take the plunge. Moving to New York was a significant change, but they approached it with excitement and optimism. They found a beautiful apartment in a family-friendly neighborhood and began to settle into their new life. Sophie quickly found a position at a renowned hospital, where she continued her work in community health. She also started teaching part-time at a local university, sharing her knowledge and experience with nursing students. Jack thrived in his new role, and the family adapted well to their bustling city life. They explored the city on weekends, visited museums, parks, and enjoyed the diverse cultural experiences New York had to offer. Lily's 5th birthday was a significant milestone for the family. Sophie and Jack planned a big party, inviting all of Lily's new friends and their families. The party was held in Central Park, with games, a bouncy castle, and a beautiful cake decorated with Lily's favorite characters. As they watched Lily play and laugh with her friends, Sophie and Jack felt a deep sense of satisfaction. They had successfully navigated many changes and challenges, and their family was happy and thriving. "Look at her, Jack. She's so happy," Sophie said, smiling as she watched Lily. "We've built a wonderful life together, Sophie." "I'm so proud of us," Jack replied, squeezing her hand. Their love and partnership had grown even stronger through the years, and they were excited about the future and the many more milestones to come. Inspired by their journey and the support they had received, Sophie and Jack decided to start a foundation dedicated to improving healthcare access in underserved communities. They named it the Lily Foundation, after their daughter, symbolizing hope and growth. The foundation's mission was to provide medical services, education, and resources to communities in need, both locally and globally. Sophie and Jack dedicated a significant amount of their time and resources to the foundation, organizing fundraising events, health fairs, and outreach programs. One of their most significant projects was building a clinic in a rural area of Honduras. They traveled there with a team of doctors, nurses, and volunteers, providing medical care and training to the local healthcare workers. Seeing the impact of their work firsthand was incredibly fulfilling. "We're making a real difference," Sophie said, feeling proud and emotional. "Yes, and this is just the beginning. There are so many more people we can help," Jack replied, equally moved. Their foundation continued to grow, making a lasting impact on many lives. Sophie and Jack's dedication to helping others and their unwavering support for each other made them a powerful team. Years passed, and Sophie and Jack watched with pride as their daughter Lily grew into a bright and compassionate young woman. Lily inherited her parents' dedication to helping others and pursued a career in medicine, following in her mother's footsteps. When Lily graduated from medical school, the family celebrated her achievements with a grand party. Friends and family gathered to honor Lily's hard work and dedication. "I'm so proud of you," Sophie said, embracing her daughter. "You're going to make a huge difference in the world." "Thanks, Mom. You and Dad have always been my inspiration," Lily replied, smiling warmly. Jack nodded in agreement. "We know you'll achieve great things, Lily. Just remember to stay true to yourself and keep your passion alive." Lily started working at a renowned hospital in New York, quickly earning respect and admiration from her colleagues. She also became actively involved in the Lily Foundation, bringing fresh ideas and energy to their projects. One of Lily's first initiatives was a health education program for teenagers, focusing on mental health and wellness. The program was a great success, reaching many young people and making a significant impact. Sophie and Jack continued to support Lily in her endeavors, while also exploring new ventures of their own. They decided to open a wellness center in Greenfield, combining Sophie's medical expertise with holistic approaches to health. The wellness center offered various services, including physical therapy, counseling, nutrition advice, and fitness classes. Sophie and Jack hired a team of dedicated professionals and created a welcoming environment for the community. "This center is our way of giving back to Greenfield," Sophie said during the grand opening. "We want to promote holistic health and well-being for everyone." Jack added, "We believe that a healthy community is a happy community. Our goal is to provide support and resources for all aspects of health." The Wellness Center quickly became a popular and essential part of Greenfield. People of all ages came for treatments, classes, and support. Sophie and Jack loved seeing the positive impact their center had on the community. As their wellness center flourished, Sophie and Jack decided to expand their outreach efforts. They organized medical missions to various parts of the world, providing healthcare and education to underserved communities. Their first mission took them to a remote village in Kenya. They brought a team of doctors, nurses, and volunteers, along with medical supplies and equipment. The villagers welcomed them with open arms, grateful for the much-needed assistance. Sophie and Jack spent weeks in the village, setting up temporary clinics and conducting health education sessions. They treated various illnesses, provided vaccinations, and taught the local healthcare workers essential skills. "This experience is truly humbling," Jack said one evening as they sat around a campfire. "We're making a real difference here." Sophie nodded, her eyes reflecting the firelight. "It's amazing to see the impact we can have. These missions remind us of the importance of our work." Their global outreach efforts continued, taking them to many different countries and communities. Each mission brought new challenges and rewards, and Sophie and Jack's dedication to helping others only grew stronger. As Sophie and Jack grew older, they began to think about their legacy. They wanted to ensure that their work and values would continue to inspire and support future generations. They decided to establish a scholarship fund for students pursuing careers in healthcare and community service. The Lilly Scholarship Fund provided financial support and mentorship to young people passionate about making a difference. During the inaugural scholarship ceremony, Sophie and Jack addressed the recipients. "We believe in your potential to change the world," Sophie said. "Your dedication to helping others is the foundation of a better future." Jack added, "This scholarship is our way of supporting your dreams. Keep striving for excellence and remember that you have the power to make a positive impact." The scholarship fund became a significant part of their legacy, helping many young people achieve their goals and contribute to their communities. One evening, as they sat on the porch of their home in Greenfield, Sophie and Jack reflected on their journey. They had built a beautiful life together, filled with love, purpose, and countless memories. "We've accomplished so much," Sophie said, looking out at the sunset. "Our work, our family, our love, it's all been so fulfilling." Jack took her hand, his eyes filled with warmth. "And it's all because we did it together. I couldn't have asked for a better partner in life." Sophie smiled, feeling a deep sense of contentment. "Here's to many more years of love and adventure, Jack." "To us," Jack replied, raising his glass. As Sophie and Jack's wellness center thrived and their global outreach expanded, they also became more involved in their local community in Greenfield. They realized that building a strong, supportive community was essential to their mission. They started by organizing regular community events at the Wellness Center. These events included health fairs, fitness classes, and wellness workshops. The goal was to bring people together and provide them with the knowledge and tools they needed to lead healthier lives. One of their most popular events was the monthly Wellness Saturday. Families from all over Greenfield would come to the center for free health screenings, nutrition advice, and fun activities for children. Sophie and Jack loved seeing the community come together and support each other. During one Wellness Saturday, Sophie met a young mother named Maria, who was struggling to manage her diabetes. Maria shared her challenges and fears with Sophie, who listened with empathy and understanding. "Maria, we're here to help," Sophie said gently. "Let's work together to create a plan that works for you and your family." Over the next few months, Sophie and Maria worked closely together. With Sophie's guidance and support, Maria learned how to manage her condition and improve her overall health. She became an active participant in the Wellness Center's programs and even volunteered to help others in similar situations. Maria's transformation inspired many in the community. Her story was a testament to the power of support and education in overcoming health challenges. Sophie and Jack were always looking for new ways to make a difference. They decided to expand their wellness center to include a mental health clinic. They recognized the importance of mental health and wanted to provide comprehensive care for their community. They hired a team of experienced therapists and counselors, and soon the mental health clinic became an integral part of the wellness center. They offered individual and group therapy sessions, workshops on stress management, and support groups for various issues. One of the first patients at the mental health clinic was a teenager named Ethan, who was struggling with anxiety and depression. His parents were concerned and didn't know how to help him. During Ethan's first session, Sophie and the therapist created a welcoming and safe environment for him to open up. Over time, Ethan started to feel more comfortable and began to share his feelings and experiences. With the support of the therapist and his family, Ethan made significant progress. He learned coping strategies and began to see a brighter future ahead. His parents were deeply grateful for the support they received from the wellness center. As their daughter Lily grew older, she continued to follow in her parents' footsteps. After completing her medical residency, Lily decided to join Sophie and Jack at the wellness center. She brought new energy and ideas, helping to expand their services even further. Lily initiated a youth outreach program, focusing on educating young people about health and wellness. She visited schools, organized workshops, and created online resources to reach a wider audience. One of Lily's most successful initiatives was the Healthy Minds, Healthy Bodies program. This program aimed to teach teenagers about the importance of both physical and mental health. It included interactive sessions on nutrition, exercise, stress management, and self-care. The program received positive feedback from students, parents, and teachers. Many teens reported feeling more confident and equipped to take care of their health. "Your work is making a huge impact," Sophie said proudly during a team meeting. "You're carrying on our mission in such a meaningful way." Lily smiled, feeling a deep sense of purpose. "I'm just building on the incredible foundation you and Dad created. Together we can achieve so much." As Sophie and Jack approached retirement, they took time to reflect on their journey. They had built a beautiful life together, filled with love, purpose, and countless achievements. Their wellness center and foundation were thriving, and their daughter Lily was continuing their legacy. One evening, as they sat on the porch of their home, Sophie and Jack talked about their future plans. "We've done so much, Jack, but I feel like there's still so much more we can do," Sophie said thoughtfully. Jack nodded. "I agree. I think it's time to focus on mentoring the next generation. We have so much knowledge and experience to share." They decided to create a mentorship program for young professionals in the healthcare and wellness fields. The program would provide guidance, support, and opportunities for young people to develop their skills and make a positive impact. Sophie and Jack reached out to their network and recruited experienced mentors from various fields. They also invited young professionals to apply for the program, selecting those who showed passion and potential. The mentorship program quickly became a success. Sophie and Jack enjoyed working with the young mentees, sharing their knowledge and helping them navigate their careers. One of the mentees, a young doctor named Emily, expressed her gratitude during a mentorship meeting. "Your guidance has been invaluable. I've learned so much and feel more confident in my abilities." Sophie smiled warmly. "We're proud of you, Emily. You have a bright future ahead, and we're here to support you every step of the way." Sophie and Jack decided to spend more time traveling and exploring new places. They visited different countries, learning about diverse cultures and healthcare practices. Their travels enriched their lives and gave them new perspectives on their work. During one of their trips, they visited a remote village in Nepal. They were inspired by the community's resilience and resourcefulness, despite having limited access to healthcare. Sophie and Jack decided to collaborate with local organizations to build a sustainable health clinic in the village. They spent months working with the villagers, architects, and healthcare professionals to design and construct the clinic. The project was challenging but incredibly rewarding. The clinic provided much-needed medical services and became a symbol of hope for the community. Sophie and Jack's work in Nepal was featured in international health journals and received recognition from various organizations. Their dedication to improving global health inspired many people around the world. "We're making a difference, one community at a time," Jack said during the clinic's opening ceremony. Sophie nodded, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment. "This is what it's all about, Jack. Helping others and building a better future." As they celebrated their 40th wedding anniversary, Sophie and Jack were surrounded by family and friends. The celebration was held at their wellness center, which had become a cornerstone of the community. Lily, now a respected doctor and community leader, gave a heartfelt speech honoring her parents. "Mom and Dad, your love and dedication have touched so many lives. You've built a legacy of compassion and care that will continue for generations. Thank you for being my inspiration and guiding light." Sophie and Jack were deeply moved by Lily's words. They looked around at the smiling faces of their loved ones and felt immense gratitude for the life they had built together. "We've had an incredible journey," Jack said, raising his glass in a toast. "And it's far from over," Sophie replied with a smile. "Here's to many more years of love, adventure, and making a difference." As the years passed, Sophie and Jack continued to embrace change and adapt to new challenges. They had always been forward-thinking and open to innovation, which helped them stay relevant and effective in their work. One day, Lily approached her parents with an exciting idea. "Mom, Dad, I've been thinking about incorporating telemedicine into our wellness center. It would allow us to reach more people, especially those who can't easily visit the clinic." Sophie and Jack were intrigued. "That sounds like a great idea, Lily. Let's explore how we can implement it," Sophie said. They began researching and collaborating with technology experts to set up a telemedicine platform. This new service allowed patients to have virtual consultations with doctors, access health information, and receive medical advice from the comfort of their homes. The telemedicine initiative was a huge success. It expanded their reach and made healthcare more accessible to the community. Patients appreciated the convenience and flexibility, and the wellness center saw an increase in engagement. "We're really making a difference, Lily. This is the future of healthcare," Jack said proudly during a team meeting. Lily smiled, feeling proud of their accomplishment. "I'm glad we're always looking for new ways to improve and adapt. It's what keeps us going." As Sophie and Jack grew older, they began to think about succession planning. They wanted to ensure that their wellness center and foundation would continue to thrive even after they retired. They decided to gradually pass the torch to Lily and the younger generation of leaders they had mentored over the years. Sophie and Jack took on more advisory roles, providing guidance and support while allowing the new leaders to take charge. One of their mentees, Emily, who had grown into a capable and dedicated professional, was appointed as the new director of the Wellness Center. She was enthusiastic about her new role and eager to build on the strong foundation Sophie and Jack had created. "We're confident in your abilities, Emily. You have the passion and skills to lead the center to even greater heights," Sophie said during the transition ceremony. Emily felt honored and determined. "Thank you for trusting me. I'll do my best to carry on your legacy and continue making a positive impact." Sophie and Jack were proud to see the next generation stepping up and taking charge. They knew that their work would be in good hands and that the community would continue to benefit from their efforts. With more time on their hands, Sophie and Jack decided to embark on new adventures. They had always loved traveling, and now they had the opportunity to explore new places and cultures. They visited various countries, experiencing different traditions and learning about global health practices. Their travels enriched their lives and gave them fresh perspectives on their work. During one of their trips to Japan, they were fascinated by the country's holistic approach to health and wellness. They visited traditional onsen's hot springs, practiced meditation, and learned about the Japanese diet and lifestyle. This trip has been so enlightening, Jack. There's so much we can learn and bring back to our center, Sophie said, as they soaked in an onsen, surrounded by nature. Jack agreed. Absolutely. It's amazing how different cultures approach health and wellness. We can incorporate some of these practices into our programs. Their travels inspired them to introduce new wellness practices at their center, including meditation sessions, traditional healing techniques, and nutrition workshops based on global cuisines. Sophie and Jack's dedication to global health continued to grow. They partnered with international organizations to support healthcare initiatives in developing countries. Their foundation funded projects to build clinics, train healthcare workers, and provide essential medical supplies. One of their most impactful projects was in a rural village in India. The community lacked access to basic health care, and Sophie and Jack were determined to make a difference. They worked with local leaders to build a clinic and organize health camps. The project was a collaborative effort involving volunteers from around the world. Sophie and Jack were hands-on, providing medical care, training local healthcare workers, and ensuring the sustainability of the clinic. The villagers were deeply grateful for their efforts. During a farewell ceremony, the village chief expressed his gratitude. You have brought hope and health to our community. We will never forget your kindness and dedication. Sophie and Jack were moved by the heartfelt words. It's been an honor to work with you. We believe in the power of community and collaboration. Together, we can achieve great things, Sophie said. Their global initiatives continued to expand, touching countless lives and creating lasting change. Sophie and Jack were committed to making the world a healthier and more equitable place. As Sophie and Jack entered their golden years, they reflected on their incredible journey. They had built a beautiful life together, filled with love, purpose, and countless achievements. Their wellness center and foundation were thriving, and they had made a lasting impact on their community and the world. One evening, as they sat on the porch of their home, Sophie and Jack talked about their legacy. We've accomplished so much, Jack. I'm grateful for every moment we've shared, Sophie said, her voice filled with emotion. Jack took her hand, his eyes full of warmth. And I'm grateful for you, Sophie. You've been my partner, my love, and my inspiration. Here's to a life well lived. They raised their glasses in a toast, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment and contentment. They knew that their journey was far from over. There were still new adventures to embark on, new challenges to face, and new opportunities to make a difference. Sophie and Jack's love story was a testament to the power of love, resilience, and partnership. They had built a life filled with purpose, joy, and unwavering support for each other. Their legacy of compassion and dedication would continue to inspire and impact future generations. Sophie and Jack continued to embrace life with enthusiasm and optimism. They stayed active in their community, mentored young leaders, and explored new interests. Their love and partnership remained the foundation of their happiness. One day, Lily approached her parents with exciting news. Mom, Dad, I've been offered a position to lead a new healthcare initiative in Africa. It's a challenging project, but I'm passionate about it. Sophie and Jack were thrilled for Lily. That's wonderful news, Lily. We're so proud of you. You've always been dedicated to making a difference, Sophie said, hugging her daughter. Jack added, We know you'll excel in this new role, and we're here to support you every step of the way. Lily's new role marked the beginning of an exciting chapter for the family. Sophie and Jack were proud to see their daughter carrying on their legacy and making a global impact. Sophie and Jack were always keen to stay ahead of the curve, especially when it came to improving healthcare and wellness. With the rise of new technologies, they saw opportunities to integrate innovative solutions into their wellness center. One day, during a board meeting, Emily, the new director, brought up the idea of using virtual reality (VR) for therapeutic purposes. VR can be a powerful tool for pain management, physical therapy, and even mental health treatments. We should explore this technology further, she suggested. Sophie and Jack were intrigued. They decided to partner with a tech company that specialized in VR solutions for healthcare. The collaboration led to the development of several VR programs tailored to their patients' needs. The introduction of VR therapy was a huge success. Patients with chronic pain found relief through immersive VR environments that distracted them from their discomfort. Physical therapy sessions became more engaging, helping patients stay motivated and track their progress. Mental health patients benefited from guided VR meditation sessions and virtual support groups. One patient, an elderly woman named Mrs. Johnson, shared her positive experience with Sophie. The VR therapy has made a world of difference for my arthritis pain. It's like I'm transported to another world where the pain doesn't exist, she said with a smile. Sophie was delighted to hear this. I'm so glad to hear that, Mrs. Johnson. We're always looking for ways to improve your care. As Sophie and Jack's family grew, they cherished the time they spent together. Lily's career continued to flourish, and she eventually got married and had children of her own. Sophie and Jack were overjoyed to become grandparents. Their grandchildren, Emily and James, brought immense joy to their lives. Sophie and Jack loved spending time with them, taking them on adventures, and sharing stories about their own experiences. One summer, the entire family decided to take a trip to the countryside cottage where Sophie and Jack had spent their first trip together. The place held special memories, and they were excited to create new ones with their grandchildren. The days were filled with laughter, games, and exploration. They hiked through the hills, had picnics by the river, and enjoyed cozy evenings by the fireplace. One evening, as they sat around a campfire, Jack shared the story of how he proposed to Sophie at this very spot. This place has always been magical for us. It's where our journey together truly began, he said, looking at Sophie with love. Their grandchildren listened with wide-eyed wonder. Tell us more stories, Grandpa Emily said eagerly. Sophie and Jack exchanged a smile, happy to pass on their legacy of love and adventure to the next generation. With the wellness center and foundation thriving, Sophie and Jack decided to expand their impact even further. They established partnerships with international organizations to support healthcare initiatives in underserved regions around the world. One of their most ambitious projects was to build a state-of-the-art hospital in a remote area of Southeast Asia. The region had limited access to healthcare, and Sophie and Jack were determined to make a difference. They worked closely with local leaders, architects, and healthcare professionals to design and construct the hospital. The project faced numerous challenges, including logistical issues and funding constraints, but Sophie and Jack's determination and resilience saw it through. The hospital was finally completed, equipped with modern medical facilities and staffed by dedicated healthcare workers. It provided much-needed medical services to thousands of people, improving their quality of life and bringing hope to the community. During the opening ceremony, the local governor expressed his gratitude. Your vision and dedication have transformed our community. This hospital is a beacon of hope and a testament to the power of compassion. Sophie and Jack were deeply moved. We're honored to be part of this journey. Together, We can achieve incredible things, Sophie said. As Sophie and Jack celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary, they were surrounded by family, friends, and colleagues. The celebration was held at their wellness center, a place that symbolized their lifelong commitment to helping others. Lily gave a heartfelt speech, honoring her parents' achievements and their unwavering love for each other. Mom and Dad, your dedication to each other and to making the world a better place is an inspiration to us all. Thank you for being our guiding light. Sophie and Jack were deeply touched. They looked around at the smiling faces of their loved ones, feeling immense gratitude for the life they had built together. We've had an incredible journey, Sophie said, her voice filled with emotion. Jack took her hand, his eyes full of warmth. And it's all because we did it together. I couldn't have asked for a better partner in life. They raised their glasses in a toast, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment and contentment. They knew that their journey was far from over. There were still new adventures to embark on, new challenges to face, and new opportunities to make a difference. As Sophie and Jack entered their twilight years, they continued to live life to the fullest. They stayed active in their community, mentored young leaders, and explored new interests. Their love and partnership remained the foundation of their happiness. One day, Jack fell seriously ill. The family was devastated, but they rallied around him, providing love and support. Sophie stayed by his side, her heart heavy with worry but filled with unwavering love. During one quiet evening, Jack took Sophie's hand and looked into her eyes. We've had a beautiful life together, Sophie. I'm grateful for every moment. Tears welled up in Sophie's eyes. I am too, Jack. I love you so much. Jack smiled weakly. Promise me you'll continue our work. Keep making a difference. Sophie nodded, her voice choked with emotion. I promise, Jack. I'll carry on our legacy. Jack passed away peacefully, surrounded by his loved ones. His funeral was a celebration of his life and the incredible impact he had on the world. Friends, family, and colleagues shared stories of Jack's kindness, dedication, and unwavering love. Sophie was heartbroken but found solace in the memories they had created together. She continued their work with the Wellness Center and Foundation, honoring Jack's legacy and making a difference in the lives of others. Sophie's dedication to their mission never wavered. She continued to mentor young leaders, support global healthcare initiatives, and expand their impact. The Wellness Center and Foundation thrived, touching countless lives and creating lasting change. On the 10th anniversary of Jack's passing, the family gathered to celebrate his life and legacy. They held a special ceremony at the Wellness Center, unveiling a memorial in his honor. Lily gave a moving speech, reflecting on her father's incredible journey. Dad's legacy lives on through all of us. His love, compassion, and dedication continue to inspire and guide us. We are committed to carrying on his work and making the world a better place. Sophie felt a deep sense of pride and fulfillment. She knew that Jack's legacy would continue to shine brightly through their work and the lives they had touched. As she looked at the memorial, Sophie whispered softly, "We did it together, Jack. And I'll keep our promise." Their love story was a testament to the power of love, resilience, and partnership. Sophie and Jack had built a life filled with purpose, joy, and unwavering support for each other. Their legacy of compassion and dedication would continue to inspire and impact future generations. Years passed, and Sophie remained a pillar of strength and inspiration in the community. She saw the fruits of their labor in the smiles of the people they helped, the success of the Wellness Center, and the continued growth of the Lily Foundation. One day, as she walked through the Wellness Center, she was approached by a young woman named Clara. Clara was a new volunteer, eager to make a difference. "Mrs. Johnson, I've heard so much about you and Mr. Johnson. Your story is truly inspiring. Sophie smiled warmly. Thank you, Clara. It's been a wonderful journey, and it's heartwarming to see so many young people passionate about continuing our work. Clara looked determined. I want to help in any way I can. Your legacy has motivated me to pursue a career in healthcare. Sophie felt a deep sense of pride. We're always looking for dedicated individuals like you, Clara. Together, we can continue to make a positive impact. Sophie's commitment to their mission never wavered. She continued to mentor, support, and inspire the next generation of healthcare leaders. Her life was a testament to the power of love, resilience, and unwavering dedication to making the world a better place. As she reflected on her incredible journey, Sophie knew that Jack would be proud of all they had accomplished. Their love story had created a legacy of compassion, kindness, and lasting impact. And so, the journey continued. Sophie, with the support of her family and the community, carried on their mission, knowing that their love and dedication would forever light the way.